There's a nice Italian chap I came across at the Nuremberg Toy Fair. He used to go to New York as well, showing his products, and something quite unusual about them I'd never seen before. I picked up every one I could, usually on the last day, but haven't seen him for many years. This is one of his nice ones here. For instance, famous picture by Degas of the ballet dancers. And there's rings there, so when I start turning the rings, you can get them all muddled up, and the whole picture turns down into a real old muddle. Look at that. And with a lot of effort, it takes a bit of time to do it. You've got to get that back into order. You've got the outside bottom of the legs there, so it's a good start there. But it's tricky to do and a lot of fun and highly artistic too. It's nice to combine what is simply a finger fiddle come plaything with high art. By contrast, this isn't high art, but it's one of those ones which is sort of optical illusion art almost. I think I get it to focus. And this one, it isn't quite so bad when you model them up because it still just makes a nice little version of something like the same thing. But you should get all the tunnels into a row like that all the way to the far end. I'm not sure I can do that with my fingers at the camera. We've got the idea, I think it is. You've got about 3 or 4 rings all tunneling into the distance. So, and each of them, of course, is just no more than a key fob. It just hangs from your keys. And I think the one I really like was the high art one that the Italian have produced. So beautiful. And another little variation which I've always looked and loved because it's probably the first real novelty, real optical or geometrical toy I ever came across was the Mandala. This is a particularly nice but very small but completely what I would call a bog standard one. It does nothing more than the usual figurations. So I'm always looking for something a little more different. And this one is certainly a very different one. Look at it. It's chunky, great thing. It's lost its silvering, which is a bit pretty, but never mind. It's still going to produce some nice effects like that. But the thing about this is it's double the size. It's got a section at the top, which is as much as you had from a Mandala, but it doesn't then taper off. Instead, it's got a sort of ring there. I'll open the whole thing up to show the whole thing into a cylinder like that. So we've got an action like that. It looks like that. There we are. And then when you start closing off the bits at the top, for instance, and make that into a little round dome, and that one into a little round dome, that's quite nice, isn't it? And then if you squeeze the middles, you get a little central bit there, making it more like a multiple 8 cup almost. That's a very nice effect too. Against a white background, it looks particularly attractive. I wish they'd do a little more of this because you can take the mandala and do many more things in just the standard model, and at least the doubling up of them. And I've done that myself actually without an extra little halo bit to see what the effect is. It's beautiful. It's something that's well worth exploring. You get some nice bits of asymmetry. I've got the bottom bit squeezed out and the top bit necked in to form a little bow. I like one of those. So a lot of fun the mandala is, but at the very least, what I began doing was get 2 perfectly normal ones like this, but exactly the same size. With a bit of effort, you can put another one onto it with tiny little wires to connect them up together to make a double one. And you start with something like this, and you'll get more and more complicated. It's a lot of fun to do, but well worthwhile.